question I get all the time is, what do I feed my horse? Ted, what do you feed your horses? Your little horses look so nice. They're so well behaved. How do you feed your horses? Okay. Well, first of all, that horse, his success in life depends a lot on what he eats, okay? And people get misled, I think, a lot of times by advertising and feed companies that are representing things to do certain things that really that's not the case. So you got a junior feed, you got a senior feed, you got all these different feeds with all these different things. And it just comes down to this, okay? Here's the long and the short of it. You got feed companies out there that are making all kinds of things for human consumption and for animal consumption. They've got all this grain that they're processing to make bread and to make all these who knows what out of. Well, there's a lot of things left over from that process that's called byproduct. So what they've done is come up with a way to mix all those byproducts up in a pellet and make a label look like you're getting all this protein and all this nutrition. Well, really you're not. You're just getting a bunch of stuff they don't have nothing else to do with, blended together, and then to feed the horse, and it won't kill them. They'll live, you know. But they're really not getting the nutrition that they need. They're not supporting their digestive flora, and they're not supporting their immune system and things like that like they should. So my advice is just be very cautious about pellets and commercial feed, and learn how to read the labels, or better yet, don't even read the labels and don't buy. What we do here is we feed our horses just like you fed a horse 150 years ago. We feed our horses oats, okay? Now these are rolled oats, okay? And this container is a 3-pound container. So it would be the equivalent of maybe half of a gallon, maybe. I gotta look here. I think that's about what it is. This is my roller mill. Okay. If you look down in here, Joyce, I don't know if you can get a shot of that, but there's rollers in there. There's 2 big rollers that when I dump those oats in here, I'll show you. I'm gonna dump my oats in there. I'm going to step back towards it and I'm going to turn this on. It's going to come out the bottom right here. Now what's happened here, it's just like oatmeal that you get, Quaker Oats at the grocery store that you make. This is called rolled oats. And what's happened is those oats have run through that roller and it's flattened those oat kernels out, and what that does is makes that grain more digestible for that horse. That prepares it to be eaten and digested, and the horses do very well on that. Okay, so the next problem is people are like, well, where I live I can't find oats. Well, you know what you got to do is you got to go to the feed mill where the farmers go. You can't go down to Tractor Supply or somewhere like that and get rolled oats or oats. You know, you got to go where the farmers go. So find your feed mill that's got a loading dock you back up to, the farmers go to, and they'll have all the oats you want. There's different kinds of oats. You've got oats that we call northern oats, and then we've got what we call local oats here in Ohio. Well, the northern oats are far superior, and I don't know what it is about Canadian oats, but they're really good oats. So if you can get Canadian oats, that's even better yet. And you can see right here, we get our oats in bags like that, and then we try to roll our oats out as we need it. And if you roll the oats out too far ahead of time, they lose their nutritional value. So you don't want to roll up a ton of oats. You know, you want to roll it 100 pounds or 2 at a time, a couple of days worth at a time. It seems to be more nutritious and more digestible, and it has more digestive enzymes in it, they tell me, when you do it that way. And then next thing we do is all of our stalls have these little feeders like this in there, okay? It's kind of dusty, but we buy those and we mount that to the wall in each one of our stalls. And then we have free choice mineral to all of our horses at all times. Alright, free choice mineral. This is all the things that come from the earth. There's selenium, there's magnesium and zinc and copper and phosphorus and you know, the list goes on and on and on. There's all kinds of things in there. Now, what I do with my mineral is I add some diamond B yeast to it, and I also add a little sulfur to it. And sometimes I add a little granulated salt to it. And I blend that all together, and I keep that free choice to my horses. Okay. And once again, you got to get that where the farmers go. You can't go down. You know, you go down and they got all kinds of potions and supplements and bags of this and that are very expensive, and it's really not necessary. If you just go down and get trace mineral like a farmer would give his cows. That's how we've done it for years and years and years. As long as I can remember, we had feeders. I'll take you out here in a minute and show you my feeder that we made. But it's very important to keep that horse nutritionally sound and keep his immune system strong, and that's how you do it. You know, anytime I get a horse that's sickly or a horse that's having troubles, it's because he's been fed a bunch of pellets and been fed sweet feed like candy, and he really hadn't been getting nutritious food. But it starts with the mineral, and it starts here with the oats. You're getting whole food there. You're getting whole nutrition. You know, there's no chemicals involved. There's no artificial anything. And you'll notice, you'll see, your horses will blossom and they'll bloom. Now, they're not going to be fat. You don't want your horses fat. You want your horses in good condition. Okay. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take and show you a horse that I feel is in good condition, that is fed this ration, and I'll let you be the judge.